Let's revisit some bees.
Welcome to the Better Not Podcast. Welcome to the Better Not Podcast. I'm Will.
And I'm Zach.
And this is the show where two coworkers bet beers on topics that you can easily Google the answer for.
But we'll do it for you.
We're going to do it for you.
Yeah.
We're here to be your Google. That's not like that. My thing I really like.
I feel like we should get paid to do that.
We should.
Yeah.
I've showed this to you, but I don't know if the listeners know this. Let me Google that for you.
Yes.
It's the funniest thing. I discovered it a long time ago. Someone showed it to me.
I forgot to ask you the other day when you asked me a question, and I sent that.
Yeah, I opened it.
Okay.
So this is a great thing to do. So when someone asks you a question that's like really easily Googleable that they should have just asked Google instead of you, a very passive-aggressive thing for you to do is to go to letmegooglethat.com and you type
Let
in...
me Google that for you.
Yeah, let me Google that for you. And you type in what you should search, and then it does like an animation of typing it in. So you send them the link, and it will show them an animation of a cursor. It goes to google.com, and it goes down to the box, and it types in what they just asked you, and it hits search, and then it clicks on the first search.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Amazing.
So my mom asked me that some stupid question not too long ago, and so I did that, and I sent it to her, and then she said, "Wow, that's fancy. How did you do that?" And so then I went and I put in there, "How do you let me Google this for you?" And then sent that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I just like I think people don't Google stuff.
I mean, it honestly, it's a lot easier just to ask somebody sometimes than to just Google it.
On some questions, like most questions, like it's just like just pull out your phone and Google it real quick. But some stuff is like you should just ask someone. Yeah. But so my mom, if there's a song playing and I know what it is, like it's a pop song that's on the radio, she's like, "What is this?" "Oh, well, it's Taylor Swift and this and this."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, okay," and then she'll go and she'll Shazam it.
Okay.
You know about Shazam, right? Mm-hmm. So like she'll just pull out her phone, Shazam it, and then
you don't have to Shazam anymore. The Siri can tell you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But well, she does it though.
Yeah. And
I'm like, I just told you what it was. You don't need to. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
And she's like, I just like having it in my records.
I mean, I do the same thing.
What? Don't back that up.
No, I'm serious. So I'll hear them say the song, what the song is on the radio, but then I'll ask Siri and I'll take a screenshot so I'll remember down the road to download it because
I don't the screenshot.
I don't have.
Okay.
I don't have Spotify.
Yeah.
So I buy my music. And actually, the funny thing, it's funny that we're getting on this topic because when I was driving over here, I was literally thinking of $1 million idea.
I do like those.
Listeners, do not steal my idea.
Don't steal it.
Okay. I am personally somebody that likes buying music because you have it forever and you don't have a monthly payment. I like monthly payments for something that you will have forever, but I don't like monthly payments for something that's going to go away at the end of the month.
Okay.
So I was thinking, what if there was a download service like iTunes where you buy the music, and this is what made me think of it, was my songs that kept coming up. A lot of them are old and I'm getting tired of them. What if you could sell that music when you're tired of it to somebody else for a cheaper price?
That's like reselling music that you get.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Why?
Why?
They used to do it with CDs, CD shops, the DVDs.
So digital reselling?
You go buy it. Mm-hmm. Why not? I would buy, if I wanted a song and you were selling it for 50 cents and iTunes was selling it for $1, I'd buy it from you. It's going to have nothing wrong with it because it's not a CD and it's the same thing. You're just tired of it and so you want to sell it to me.
I just think that I think that's not a bad idea. I think it's just an antiquated idea because that's already the selling and buying and stuff. It's already passed when we're into subscription models now.
Yeah, but that can put subscription down.
No.
Yes.
No, it can't.
Why do people want subscriptions? It's like leasing a car. Why do you want...
I don't want a subscription. No.
Yeah.
Well,
it's basically this forever debt that you'll have in your life that you will never have anything for it.
This is an interesting conversation and not what I thought we were going to talk about on this episode. But, so yeah, I think I mentioned...
Maybe we can save this for next time. Let's just talk about...
Have a subscription talk?
Yeah.
No. We're talking about it right now. So, well, subscriptions are what...
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's just have a subscription episode.
We don't have a bet for it.
Oh, all right.
Let's just talk about subscriptions for a second. So subscriptions, because it's really interesting. So I don't even know when it started, but subscriptions, like some of the big companies you can think of are Netflix and Amazon. Okay, there you go. You gotta have a drinking beer during this. Some of the big subscriptions that you think about are Netflix,
Amazon,
and a few others. But now those have been around for a while, and they've kind of shaped our landscape of subscriptions.
Yeah.
And
here's the thing about Amazon, though, is you have a subscription, but you also are getting value from it. So, like you're getting the free shipping. So Amazon pays for itself, unlike Spotify, where when the song's done, you have nothing left. Like there's a...
No, Spotify, I mean, for you, it's I'm paying for this song. I could listen to it over and over if I just bought it.
Right.
But like for me and like a lot of people that use it, like, and I think for you too, would be, it's the discovery of new music.
Well, that's what Pandora's for.
But Pandora's old. It's done.
No, it's not. I use it every weekend.
It still exists. Do you pay for it?
No, it's free.
And you got to listen to those ads.
Oh, come on. Every 10 minutes, there's a 30-second ad.
Well, that's the thing is like people are done with ads. So there's a couple things here. People are done with ads. So that's the Netflix component. Netflix gives you so many movies and TV shows, no ads, because you pay for it.
Oh, is there a Netflix that you can pay for no ads?
Your Netflix has ads?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure it's Netflix or it's a Hulu?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's Hulu.
Yeah. Hulu has two versions, an ad version and a no ad version.
It's probably Hulu.
Yeah. I pay for the no ad version, Hulu. Okay. Netflix has no ads. So we're in a place where people hate ads and they're willing to pay to get rid of the ads. Spotify has a free version. It's awful.
Oh, is there a free version?
Yes.
I know that.
It's terrible. It's like an ad every 2 or 3 songs.
Okay. But you can pick whatever songs you want?
That's a good question.
Isn't that the thing with Spotify is you get to pick your own music? Like the difference between Spotify and... I've never used Spotify, so I know...
It's Google Play. I think it's Google that doesn't let you choose your own song until you pay for it.
Well, Pandora, you can't choose your own song. Yeah,
choose Pandora.
Because I'll get rid of Pandora and I'll switch to Spotify if that's the case. I don't mind. It's an ad, whatever.
So, I can't remember what the Spotify free version is, and it's probably changed.
Okay.
But it has ads. And it probably doesn't let you make like playlists or something like that.
Okay. But
the thing with Spotify, the benefit is you're getting unlimited music. So, like, yeah, I'm not buying albums. So, but I have all the albums. So Taylor Swift's new album just came out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can listen to that whole thing.
Okay.
I can listen to it now. I can listen to it because I've already bought into the system. I'm paying $14 a month for family plan.
Are you going to listen to it though?
I've already listened to it.
The whole album?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a Taylor fan.
I'm a music fan. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad. But the thing is, I couldn't have listened to that album for free anywhere. I would have had to buy the album or...
For cheaper than your monthly subscription.
No, the albums these days are not that cheap.
They're $9.99.
Okay, well then what if I listen to 2 albums in a month? Easily paid for my
crazy.
subscription.
You got too much time on your hands.
I listen to a lot of music, but like discovering other albums and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not that into discovering new like out there music.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
I have like set like, well, actually when I was driving over here, I looked at how many songs I had. It's like 500 and something songs. Mm-hmm. Probably a quarter of those are my favorite songs, and I could just be fine listening to those forever.
That's fine. Well, Spotify is becoming a podcast player too. So they bought a couple podcast companies, and now they have their own podcast section.
Okay.
Of Spotify, which podcasts are free. Now,
what's the benefit of using Spotify for podcasts over iTunes or Apple Podcasts?
It's become its own ecosystem. So people who listen to music on Spotify don't want to leave Spotify to listen to Apple Podcasts.
Because it's so hard to leave that app and open up a new one.
It's not hard, but it's nice that all of your audio stuff is in one app. It's an app that you already use. It's an app. I mean, you don't use it, but like for Spotify listeners like me, like I actually don't like the Spotify podcast part, but
why is that?
Well, it is an ecosystem thing, but I don't think they tied it into the ecosystem very well. Because like you have to like, it just doesn't work the same way as my other podcast apps where it downloads and I can like fast forward and stuff.
Okay.
Because podcasts are long. Like our podcast, it's an hour long, or less. This one's probably gonna be less. But
is there any 5-minute podcasts?
Probably.
Or just like short podcasts?
There are short podcasts. There's like ones from newspapers, and they like it's just kind of like a quick article.
Okay.
For like 15 minutes or less, or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we should do that. Little sound bites.
Yeah. So in past episodes, we've done Zach's Workshop Corner. I think that's what we call it.
Yeah.
Right?
But wait, I didn't want to leave subscriptions yet. Okay. I know you want to change. So
I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't think we're even going to touch on.
We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. So subscriptions, though, right? So why? Like you were worried about subscriptions taking over.
I'm worried about it taking over my bank account. Is what I'm worried about.
That's what the businesses want, because they're all so when these big mega giants made their subscriptions like Netflix and Amazon, that has forced the technology sector and like people who are investing. So what do they call that? Venture capitalists who are investing in new companies. Mm-hmm. They're looking for that model in companies because they see these mega companies are succeeding with it.
Okay.
So one of the problems with new businesses, even a simple new business that just wants to start a product, like a business that's like, I want to make a dog tracker that's a little like a clip-on thing for dogs.
Sure.
But so the company goes, okay, well, what's your subscription model? So like, yeah, he just wants to make this $50 dog tracker, but
because they want to, they want to make that continuous monthly,
and that's where more money is. Yeah. But the problem is now the venture capitalists are only backing these companies with subscription models because they make more money. But that hurts the consumers because now we have to pay this dog tracker $5 a month to have the stupid app that goes with it. So. Yeah. We're having way too many subscriptions and it's ruining our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we had talked about this before outside of the podcast where I think you said you read an article about how eventually they want everything to move to a subscription.
Yeah. So there's a guy, I watched this interview and he was talking about like, well, if everything was a subscription, you'd have nothing tying you down.
Right.
And I'm like, it sounds like you have everything tying you down.
Yeah, basically. Well, you're tied down to the system rather than tied down to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're not you anymore. You're whatever your subscriptions are. You could have like a badge with what you are through your subscription.
Yeah.
And then, you're already subscribing to your rent, Yeah. If you're lucky enough to buy a house, which congratulations.
Thank you.
Like you've gotten out of the game of subscription model.
Right.
You're putting money into something. But if you're renting, you're paying payments on your car.
Yeah.
You have all the subscriptions.
You were even talking about having renting your furniture.
Yeah, the guy was like, you could not even own your furniture. It would be cheaper sometimes for you to own or to rent your furniture, rent everything in your house, rent your Mac from the store.
Yeah.
We're essentially renting our phones because we have to pay for them monthly.
Right.
Now.
Which is crazy to me. So when I bought my phone, they were like, we'll give you, I can't remember what they said, like 10% off or something like that if you pay for it for 2 years.
Okay.
No interest.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, that was the thing. And I'm like, that's fine. Can I pay it off early? And they're like, no, you have to pay for that 2 years. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But that's
you either
what they
can buy
wanted.
it outright at the beginning or have to pay for it for 2 years.
Yeah, but they give you a discount if you pay for it over the 2 years. I don't understand what the deal with that is, but
they want you to pay. They want the money monthly rather than upfront.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super weird. I really am against that, but then at the same time, there's some good subscriptions out there, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I get the idea because I get the idea of leasing a car because cars have problems. Mm-hmm. And if you're leasing it, they take care of all the problems and you'll never have a vehicle that has an issue. Mm-hmm. It's cool, but you'll also never not have a car payment. And leasing is pretty expensive. If you go over the mileage, they gouge you like crazy. If you get in an accident, they gouge you like crazy.
Yeah.
So there's downsides to that. I could see maybe furniture, if you're rough on your furniture, you know, maybe. I don't know. That's kind of,
yeah.
I can't imagine paying like $15 a month for a couch like that. It would drive me nuts.
Yeah. Well, the thing is to try to get more money, like to you, it's not as much money to buy the couch, but for them, it's getting more life out of the couch.
Yeah.
Or more money than they would have sold it for.
Right.
If they sold it for $1,000 over the years, you've maybe paid less than $1,000, but they're going to do it to a second person.
Right.
Like your couch is going to go to the second person, and then they're going to make over $1,000 for it. So essentially, they're trying to get more money out of it.
I mean, that's what they do with leases. Is they basically have you pay off the majority of the car, and then they go and sell it to somebody else for pretty expensive.
Yeah, and I mean the consumer loses though because you're gonna have to pay that, and you don't own it. You don't own the equity. So like, we don't own our phones until the 2 years, right?
Yeah.
If we default, we lose our phone. They take our phone. If
how did they do that? Do they have like bounty hunters for phones?
I think if you default, they just charge you that, and then it's a bill, and then they have to collect for it. But well, I guess we do own our phones because you and I are going to buy our phones.
Right.
We're paying payments to our phones.
Yeah.
But they have the new system where you just pay that phone fee and you get a new phone every 2 years.
Okay.
So you don't
so they're actually leasing.
They are leasing the phones now. Yeah.
And then what do they do with the phone after? They resell it or?
They resell it. But I've heard that they resell it to China.
Oh. Okay.
So that there's a lot of there's a whole used phone market that is like American phones that go to China.
Okay.
Crazy system.
That's interesting.
But we're not talking about this today. What are we talking about today? It's that was a huge tangent. So thanks for coming along for the ride with that tangent.
On today's episode,
what are we talking about on today's episode?
We are talking about beeswax. I know that was about as far from beeswax as you can get.
Is there a subscription model for beeswax? Burt's Bees subscription?
I bet you there is. You want a mini bet on that?
Mini bet on that.
I bet you on Amazon that there's a subscription for Burt's Beeswax chapstick.
You bet me Amazon?
Yep.
What do you mean, bet me Amazon?
I bet you on Amazon there's a subscription.
Well, Amazon has made it so that if you run out of something, you can sign up for a subscription for it.
For everything?
Yeah. So,
okay.
I mean, technically, you could say that. But does Burt's Bees have a subscription?
I don't know. Probably.
That's what we're betting.
They probably have a Spotify subscription.
Wait, what are you talking about? No.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about, can you get a chapstick subscription from Burt's
from them
Bees?
Specifically?
Yeah.
No, I think that they do that on Amazon.
I mean, yeah, they sell it on Amazon, but they sell it everywhere. Do they themselves, on their website or wherever, have a subscription. I can't say subscription.
Subscription.
A subscription for...
I'm going to bet no.
I was going to bet no. All right, mini bet over.
All right. Anyway, beeswax. I want to know where specifically beeswax comes from.
Where does beeswax come from? Did we take sides on that?
I'm thinking it comes from the actual cone itself.
It comes from the cone.
Mm-hmm.
The cone of the honeycomb.
Yeah.
Like the little hexagon thing.
Mm-hmm. I think it's that itself.
Oh, like broken up. The comb is the wax.
Yeah. Or they extract it from there. I don't think it's from the honey.
I think that's what it is.
So we have no bet.
Did we not talk about this before?
No.
Well, what is our bet? What you said? What is beeswax? And that's what it is.
The other thing that I want to know is the term. Where did beeswax come from? The term "mind your own beeswax."
Yeah, that's what you were really wanting to know.
Yeah. Do we want to make a bet on that?
Mind your own beeswax. Okay.
And I already told you. I think it's off air. I told you. I think it's somebody was messing with somebody's beeswax, and they said, "Hey, mind your own beeswax."
They said, "Mind your own beeswax,"
or messing with the honeycomb itself. Somebody else's, like they were farming it, and somebody
said, "Mind your own beeswax."
Somebody went over and was messing with it, and they like, "Hey, mind your own beeswax."
And that just became a thing.
Yeah.
All right. That's what you think.
That's what I think.
Beeswax. I mean, that sounds really plausible. I think I would go with, kids and earwax or something. And then they wanted to change it to beeswax.
Mind your own earwax?
Like kids were like yelling at each other.
Like giving wet willies, and they're like, "Hey, mind your own beeswax."
Something weird like that.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, we're probably both wrong. So yeah, I want to know. Yeah, let's look these things up.
Okay.
Let's fire it up the generator. Fire up the blender.
Fire up the blender.
Fire up the blender.
In the late 30s, a slang version rendered the saying as, "mind your own beeswax." It meant to soften the force of the retort. What's a retort?
Like your comeback.
Oh, okay. Folk etymology has it that this idiom was used in the colonial period when women would sit by the fireplace making wax candles together through their
There are many theories. Through? That's not the right word.
There are many theories. Okay, so they're having conversations while making wax candles, and somebody says, "Mind your own beeswax." Right?
We're both wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
why is it called beeswax?
Well, where does the beeswax come from? Let's just look into that.
It's a natural wax. Beeswax is a natural wax produced by honeybees. This wax is formed into scales by 8 wax-producing glands in the abdominal segments of worker bees, which discard it in or at the hive. The combs are made by beeswax between pattern material.
So it's from the combs.
And discard it at the hive. The hive workers collect and use it to form the cells of honey storage and larval pupal protection within the beehive. Chemically, beeswax consists of esters of fatty acid and various long-chain alcohols. Beeswax has been used since prehistory as the first plastic, as a lubricant and waterproofing agent.
It's interesting.
Beeswax is edible, having similar negligible toxicity as... Okay, whatever. Okay, so we're both wrong, but we were both right about it being the hive.
Yeah.
But it's actually a wax that they make into the hive. Don't you think it's really interesting how like perfect the hive is? Like,
yeah.
Like how do they make it so perfect?
I don't know. Is it the queen that teaches them, or is it instinct? I think there's like a contractor bee, and he's like,
put this over there.
Now put a retaining wall there and a sport beam there.
When bees make hexagons in their hives, the six-sided shape that fits together perfectly. In fact, we've actually never seen bees make any other shape. A bee researcher in Washington State University said. Okay, hexagons are useful, but why do they make them?
I think that they're structurally more secure than like if they were to do a circle.
No, that's what it says for sure, and that's proven. Okay, not long ago, some scientists wondered how exactly the bees build these hexagons. They found certain bees that would start out by making circles in the wax using their body as a tool. Scientists don't really know why it happens, but the bees seem to be using their body to heat and melt the wax from a circle shape into a hexagon.
That's interesting. So what do they use? Like their wings to make the sharp corners?
The scientists don't know.
That's crazy.
Wow.
How do they not know that?
How do they not know?
You can freaking videotape it. I think you need to take one of these cameras.
All right.
And go set it in a beehive.
All right.
And we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out that way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. How has nobody done that before? Like honestly, like I feel like it's just probably their wing. They're like sticking their wing out and it just makes a sharp edge.
I'm mad that they don't know.
How mad are you? A scale of 1 to 10.
I'm 100% mad that
100. So you're a 10?
I want to punch some scientists right now. No,
I can't believe that there hasn't been a study on that. I feel like when I have a 6th grader or you have a 6th grader and they have to do a science project, that's going to be the science project.
I think we need to discover this. Maybe that's what this podcast should settle upon.
And then we're done.
Yeah. Dude.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's annoying.
It blows my mind that nobody's looked into that.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so what are we doing on the beer situation here?
Maybe no beer.
All right.
This podcast is over.
No. Okay. So today we have another Firestone beer. This is a West Coast IPA.
Firestone.
Union Jack. This came in a variety pack, so that's why.
Yeah.
The last couple episodes we've had Firestone.
Yeah.
This is 7%. We're just gonna split this one.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And yeah, should be good.
Yeah,
I've had it before, but it's been a long time, so I don't even remember what it tastes like.
I don't think I've had this one. Yeah, nobody really won.
So yeah,
so we just drink a beer.
We'll just split. That was interesting about bees. I have one more thing that I want to talk about, and then after this we'll call it.
Yeah.
It's IPA.
IPA, straight up.
It's not too hoppy, but it is hoppy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty good for 7%.
Mine tastes like Oreos.
Oreos.
I had an Oreo just a second.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, I do not taste Oreos.
I taste
maybe the white cream? No.
I'm getting a lot of Oreo there.
Actually,
that's a pretty good taste to eat an Oreo before one.
You know,
kind of like that Oreo stout.
Barrel House did that not too long ago. They had a beer tasting and it came with like some cookies and like different things.
That's cool.
I didn't do it, but it was just like, oh, that's interesting. Kind of cool.
Yeah. That is cool.
A little pairing.
Yeah. Well, that's a brief beer corner for you.
Yeah.
Good beer.
I like it. It's one of their staple beers. It comes in pretty much every one of their variety packs. So.
Mm-hmm. Yum.
Okay. I'm going to quiz you real quick.
Quiz away, Zach.
What is my all-time favorite reality television show?
It's Big Brother.
It is Big Brother.
Yeah.
I have an announcement to make.
Okay.
Big Brother is starting August.
A B episode?
August, I think it's 2nd. No, I'm questioning myself.
I thought you said it wasn't coming back.
It is. They just announced yesterday. Yeah, so they're doing August 5th.
August 5th.
They are doing a quarantine, so they're making these guys stay in an area by themselves for 2 weeks. Yeah.
And they videoed it?
I don't know if they're videoing it. That would be interesting if they are videoing that. And then they get to go into the Big Brother house. Big Brother house usually takes roughly 2 months.
Yeah.
So they're adding an extra 2 weeks onto these people being isolated, which
oh my gosh.
is crazy.
That is crazy.
So they're going into the house. These guys are already going to be like, like really messed up from being away from everyone.
Wow.
The only difference is they're not cut away from television. They can still get the news and stuff like that, updates.
Yeah.
When they're in the house, they get no news updates. Anyway, that being said, what is my second favorite reality television show?
90210 is not a reality show, right?
No.
Survivor.
It's close.
And then wait.
I don't know if you're gonna guess it or not.
We got Vanderpump Rules in here.
No, that's not even on the top. Oh, it could be on the top 10.
Second reality show that you've talked about. Oh, wait. Oh, gosh, I know this. You talk about Big Brother all the time. You do talk about Survivor. Ah, no. Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
No, I've never watched that show.
That's what it is.
No. It's Impractical Jokers.
Oh, that's not reality, is it? Is that counted
I would
as
classify
reality?
that as reality.
That is like a different...
It's a comedy. It's classified as comedy, but it's a reality comedy.
It's a different set of... Like a different sect of... yeah.
There you are, back on that word.
Yeah. It's a different subsect, is what you'd say, right?
Yeah.
Of reality. So there's reality like, I guess, blog type?
Probably, yeah.
Or biography type. And then there's like Kardashians biography.
Right.
And then...
Scripted.
No, it is a little bit, probably.
Yeah.
And then you've got your reality competition.
Yeah.
Survivor, Big Brother, and then you've got reality comedy.
Right. Anyway, so they haven't been able to film, so they've been doing Impractical Jokers, I think it's called Dinner Party. So once a week they sit down, they have dinner with each other in their own, on Zoom, and they just talk. And it reminds me a lot of this podcast. And so what they were doing on 2 episodes ago, or maybe it was the last episode, I can't remember. They typed in is and then their name and then just see what comes up after that into Google. So I want to do that.
All right.
Because
let's do that.
Every time that we Google things, it comes up with the answer not every time, but a lot of times, And so I was just like, I wonder. And so I think you should Google me and then I'll Google you.
So is Zach Freeman.
Yeah. And just leave it there and see what comes up.
Okay. The only thing that pops up below.
Oh, it doesn't. Maybe I'm going to have to go to Google itself.
You might need to do like the search. Yeah. Oh yeah, that works. Okay.
It doesn't do anything for you. Dang it. This is lame.
Mine comes up with, how tall is Zach Freeman tall?
That's interesting.
And then if I just type in Zach, is Zach Braff married? Is Zachary Levy married?
Oh, I'm so bummed. Yours doesn't come up with anything.
Well, I'm not famous yet. Yeah, you got to be famous to come up with stuff.
Anyway, when they did it, it was like, for the one guy, it was like, is he single? And then the one guy is like, is he dead? For the first question.
Might be.
Yeah, and I don't know. I was just like, well, I wonder what it comes up with our names,
Maybe they saw like a really intense Impractical Joker episode and was like, oh, he's probably dead.
Yeah, he's probably dead after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one was, is he really that much of a jerk or something for Sal? He kind of is a jerk on the show, but
yeah, that show's like so mean.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's a mean one.
I would love to be on that show.
Yeah.
Like, please find me and play an Impractical joke on me.
I don't know. I don't think I like jokes.
Would you be the one that got mad?
Yeah, probably.
Yelling at the people?
No.
Because it's always like innocent, like just messing around. Like tapping people on their shoulders so they look the other way, like stuff like that.
No, I'd probably be upset.
Would you?
No, but then I'd embrace being on a show.
You know what I've always wanted to do? They do it, and we'll wrap it up after this. Sorry.
Very good.
They do this in not a lot of the episodes, but some of the episodes, they'll go into the grocery store and they'll slip things into people's carts.
Oh, okay.
And I always want to do it. Like when somebody's at the grocery store and they're looking at the produce and they leave their cart somewhere, I just want to slip a couple things in there.
Like a big box of condoms or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not even that. Just like something like they'd be like, did I get that? You know?
Yeah, it needs to be something ridiculous.
A thing of peanuts or something, you know?
Oh, peanuts. That's not fun. It needs to be something weird.
No, something like that. They'll be like, I know I didn't put that in there, you know?
Yeah.
But like something where you're like, did I put that in there? I don't know.
So plausible enough.
Yeah.
Like a bag of jelly beans.
Yeah.
Nobody buys jelly beans.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
That's weird.
I feel like we should do an episode of our own Impractical Jokers sometime.
I don't like bothering people.
Oh, come on.
People need to just live their lives and have a good time.
That's what I'm trying to do, and you're stopping me right now.
I'm stopping you. I'm shutting you down.
No. All right. Well,
I'm glad we revisited bees.
Yeah.
And the subscription models.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. What are we talking about next week?
That is a good question. What are we talking about?
I have no idea.
Oh, you know what? I want to talk about what causes bad breath. So here's the thing. I was thinking about this the other day. You wake up in the morning, right? And typically people have bad breath. It's been roughly 8 hours.
It's been one way. Sorry.
It's been roughly 8 hours since you brushed your teeth, right? Now, when you wake up, you brush your teeth. And it's roughly...
I wake up and I see my damn down. I never skip it. What's that song?
I have no idea.
I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 when I wake up and I know I'm gonna be. I
still don't know that song.
You know that one?
No, I don't.
It's like 5,000 miles and I would walk 500 more.
Oh, okay. When I listen to the lyrics, yeah, but you're singing it completely
I don't know
wrong.
the words. That's exactly how it is.
Now I can't even think of how that goes because you just sing it so ridiculous.
I would walk 500 more. That was perfect representation. Every time you say a song title, I'm gonna sing the song.
Okay. Trying to think of.
I threw you off. I don't even know what you were talking about.
I'll get bad breath.
Bad breath.
Okay. So you go to bed.
Oh, do you?
After brushing your teeth, right? Do you brush your teeth before you go to bed?
Sometimes I brush it in between bed. Like, I go to bed, wake up, brush my teeth, go back to bed.
That's weird.
I don't do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you brush your teeth before you go to bed. You sleep for roughly 7 to 9 hours, right?
7 to 9 hours.
Roughly 8 hours. You wake up.
Always odds.
You wake up.
Always odd numbers.
You have morning breath. So I guess the question is, what causes morning breath? So here's the thing, is you brush your teeth in the morning when you wake up, right?
When I wake up. Yes.
Are we ever going to get this topic done? And you go about 16 hours without brushing your teeth and your mouth tastes fine. What causes that morning breath?
Okay. Actually, what specifically? Okay, what do you think?
The only thing that I can come up with, and I know it's absolutely wrong, is I drank a Snapple one time, and it said that the average person swallows spiders multiple times.
So you think spiders is the smell?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. I have no idea. That's the only thing that I can think of. What else would cause morning breath?
I think throughout the day we're scraping our teeth and eating different things, and our breath is changing throughout the day, and we're washing it with water and stuff. I think our breath still does smell during the day, but it smells worse because you have it either closed, which is just festering in there, or open, which is letting stuff in. So I think just over the night, it's just all cooking in there.
So it's brewing.
It's brewing something foul in there.
Okay. I'm not going to bet on spiders, but I would bet that it's not that.
What do you think it would be then?
Maybe some post-nasal drip or something.
I think that's wrong.
I don't know. We're going to have to look into it.
We'll have to look into this for sure.
So,
yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to be on next week's episode.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to the Better Not podcast and the Better Not show on YouTube. If you aren't watching us on YouTube, you should. We run a pretty great show, I think so. Fun topics.
Pat ourselves on
the backs.
Yeah.
You know, our numbers are growing.
Yeah.
They're not. But
they're not. No, they are.
They're growing on Instagram.
Yeah, we're growing.
So go find us on Instagram. Go find us on YouTube and hit us up. Ask us any questions that we should bet on. Anything that you think we should bet on. And we greatly appreciate it. Be a part of the discussion if you want to join our Facebook group. And you can subscribe to our Patreon for $1 to $5 a month. Depending on what you want to do, you can get some content early when we start doing merch. We're going to start doing merch when we start getting patrons. So we can't do merch until the patrons come. So when we get patrons, we will be doing merch. So you can get some merch from us and support the show that way as well. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Peace.
Peace. The Better Not podcast is Zach Freeman and Will Cobb. We are produced by Cobblestone Productions and edited by Will Cobb. All music you hear in the podcast is written by Will Cobb and mixed by Chad Mcilvenna. Please go like and subscribe to us at Better Not on both Instagram and Facebook. And please, please, please join our Patreon. Just for $5 a month, you can support us and make this podcast even better. $5 is equivalent to buying us a craft beer per month. That's not too bad if you're listening to this podcast 4 times a month, which is 4 hours a month. Why not send us a beer?